Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Chevy Trailblazer. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Center Chevy here in Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Trailblazer. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a turbocharged 1.3 liter 3-cylinder that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 26 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 155 horsepower and then 174 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you're going to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now taking a look at the hood, you guys can see I've got those sharp lines on either side. And then popping down below, I've got a split light design, just like other modern Chevys. And then you can see with the chrome here that goes to the Chevy bow tie. And taking a few steps back, well, the Trailblazer looks like a mini Blazer, basically. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 60 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver with the blacked out trim. I think that looks pretty good. Look how big the fender flare is here. So the rest of the bodywork there on the side as well. And if we take a few steps back, there's your full side profile. And this leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock remote start opening for the hatch, and we'll pop that open also, Chevy bow tie. Now popping into the rear, we've got a decent amount of cargo space behind the second row here. And then see underneath with the spare tire. And it's cool that that actually stays up. So when you put it back down, you just kind of pull it forward a little bit. Pretty simple setup. And then this is all power, so just press this and that will lower the hatch right back down. Pretty cool looking taillight design here on the back end. And then you can see with the Chevy bow tie here, Trailblazer all-wheel drive down below. And that's all. Now you guys can see here with the door panel, a little bit more basic with material use, but it is kind of soft-ish touch there. And then we've got these cloth seats, got the two different colors. Pretty cool looking. Pop in there. Legroom back here is pretty solid, and then you can see we've got a little storage pocket there. And then headroom, it's pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see that, again, hard touch here, but we've got some nice cloth trim down below. And then again, softer touch there. All of our window controls, notice the driver one is automatic. And then you can see with the mirror adjustments, blind spot warning with the mirrors. And then these front seats, again, it's a cool trim. They are power adjustable. And then you've got your light controls just here on the side. You do have some nice trim here on the dash. Now take a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around, and then you got like the darker stitching there. Radio controls on the back. And you got practical controls here on the front, like your voice command phone controls, got cruise control, heated steering wheel button as well. And then see with the traditional stocks on the back. Boy oh boy, does Chevy like these big digital gauge clusters, because we got one on the Trailblazer here, which shows you different bits of information on the car. And I like how it lets you know right there if you're in two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, because this does have a selectable system. Just a regular backup camera in reverse, resolution's pretty good. Traction lines turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the infotainment system, it responds quickly. Again, this is Chevy's newer unit. Notice Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with it. You have a physical volume control with that as well. Got a couple vents here, and then you can see the soft touch on the dash and then that trim that goes across the vent. And then we've got our single zone climate here. You can see with the little charging area with wireless phone charging pad. Move the shifter out of the way. So we've got our auto stop start here, lane departure, stability control. It's for your sport mode, all-wheel drive. And again, shifter for that 9-speed. It does have a manual mode with little buttons there on the side to select. Some cup holders, got parking brake, more storage here. And this you can pull out, by the way, for even more storage in the center console if you're wondering. And then just a regular glove box with this, and then no sunroof. And then when it comes to pricing, the sticker's for about $30,000 as equipped. See how it drives. I'll check my visibility before I set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear. And Just set off in the... Let's go blaze some trails in the Trailblazer, right? We've got the Blazer, the Blazer EV, we got the Trailblazer. Chevy loves using that Blazer name for things that aren't really Blazers. Yep, I said it. I put it out there. It had to be said, because come on. Whenever I think of Blazer, I think of one of those old 90s boxy SUVs with 35s and a crazy lift. Not an electric car or a little affordable crossover that competes against a Subaru Crosstrek. So, I guess it's just a brave new world that we live in. But what I will say is this is a good car. I think it's another example of an automaker just using the wrong name for something, basically. Because ultimately, I mean, seats are comfortable. This is a pretty nice interior for the price point, and it drives pretty well. And you guys will see here, even though it's got a 3-cylinder, which some people are gonna gawk at. Look at this, it's got some good power. It moves. Here, we'll put it into the all-wheel drive mode. Yep, so we're in all-wheel drive now. Man, I like how this has that lightweight, kind of maneuverable feel. It's really cool. Also put it in sport mode. There we go. We got everything out now. We're all-wheel drive, we're sport. This thing is going to be as fast as a Lamborghini. But yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, it's a solid little crossover. Okay, let's get our acceleration here. I mean, again, it's pretty quick for the segment. I think this competes against like a Crosstrek and stuff, and so these cars aren't meant to be fast, but it gets up and moves. I wonder what the long-term reliability of these 3 cylinders will be. That'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. In this segment, you either have to pick pretty much naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with the CVT, or a 3-cylinder turbo, but you get a 9-speed automatic. It's like, which one do you want to go for? Which one are you going to go for? It shows the vents are facing up. I always do that. So, to cap things off with the Trailblazer, is it a real Trailblazer? Is it a Blazer? No. Chevy still gave it the name, which it is what it is. But what I will say is, put the name to the side and you'll see that this is a car that drives well. It looks pretty cool. It's got a nice interior and it's reasonably priced. Again, this is like a Subaru Crosstrek competitor. And this has more, well, does have more. It does have heated seats. It's got pretty, yeah, no, it has power seat. Crosstrek didn't have power seat at this price point. So this has slightly more features at a similar price point to the Crosstrek. Because a $30,000 Crosstrek, I don't think you get power seats. I'm pretty sure it's manual, still cloth. So yeah, it's at least competitive, and it might even be more affordable in some ways. So let me know what you guys think about the mini Blazer.